Alright, let's try this again. Ugh, sorry, guys. Can you hear me? Dylan, can you hear me? Just tell me yes, you can hear me. Somebody say yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I know. Okay, great. Oh, about freaking time. Sorry for the amateur. It's the first time I've had a problem with that. All right, good. Hey, welcome. So just to review, I'm just kidding. I know, such a noob. Happens. All right, I lost the last one. That kind of sucked, but I was a little distracted. All right, all right. We can focus now. So I was saying before that Unity is in good position. Basically, Spartans gave up. It looks like it looked like 2 days ago. So they'll be top 10, which was the goal this season. So Clannibals has been it's amazing how 30 teams are 10, 15,000 apart. Gets on my nerves. I'm not doing around the world. Are you kidding me? He's gonna grind probably till about 5. Take a nap or shower first, then take a nap. I'm playing poker tonight with my friends. Just a neighborhood game, but it's a lot of fun because we haven't been able to go out with the lockdown. So, not that I've been going out much lately, but it's still good to hook up with those guys and get human interaction. But I tell you, golf has been a godsend. I played 3 rounds the past 3 weekends, and then I foolishly took I've been a member of a country club for 12 years now, and I'm I'm usually I'm a 7-8 handicap, right? Like if you know, I should be breaking 80 every round, but for me, a good round's like if I can shoot a 77, 78, I'm pretty happy with that. And if I shoot an 80, 81, that just means I was just off. But like today, I shot 84, and I took a lesson on Thursday from my pro, who's been, I probably had a half a dozen lessons with him over a dozen years. And I have a big outside in swing, and I always have, and always working to correct it. And so I took a lesson trying to do what he told me to do for like 3 rounds, and it's just I could not hit the golf ball. So on the back nine today, I said, "Screw this! I'm just going back to my old golf swing." And lo and behold, I was making good contact. I was doing good stuff, and I played a lot better. So I'm just gonna stick to who you are. Is what my lesson is on a golf swing. Unless you're young and still learning, I'm not getting the 3 dots. I don't get it. Only when I stream. It's weird. It's the stupidest thing on the planet. Man, so annoying. All right. I don't get it. Like Damien, you stream from Omlet all the time. I've never seen you have a problem. Yeah, no, it's getting up here in Pittsburgh. Like, I mean, it's like 72 at 8 a.m. now. So we're hitting summer weather at this point. I mean, even this afternoon, we played this morning, but by the last 5 or 6 holes in the back nine, we were pushing close to 80 degrees. Yeah, no, and this is the first time I've had real issues. Maybe it's the traffic. I don't know. Usually I stream really late at night too, so when I've done it the few times I have, this is just stupid. And, alright, what am I going to do here? Kill the app again. You guys can look at my banners, my beautiful banners. Probably never get another one. The rate I'm playing lately. I am looking forward to the, hey, KK, sorry about that, bud. You know. There we go. We got our 3 dots this time. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this tournament. I love Grunberg and I like Eagle Peak. And I'm sure it'll be another high score, but Grunberg was a good tournament for me. And Mateo, you too, man. We both bannered in that on our first Masters. Or excuse me, Master. Um, and I loved it on Tour 11. So I'm excited about that. And then Eagle Peak, we've had the Spring Major, some of the Community Cup were on there, but back when I just started the game, um, I spent, I'm not kidding you, a good 6 to 7 months on Tour 8 just to develop my clubs. And I got to love Eagle Peak. It was one of my favorite courses. So I like the courses. I know them pretty well. I have good notes from prior tournaments on both all the holes. Whether it's expert with Andrew or master, and my own tour notes from for Grunberg. So I'm hopeful. And then next season, I mean, I'm full all in for one more season, but like the month of July, I have a couple of golf weekends. So I'll get to that in a second. So I always like to set up red ring at +4 on this hole, and I'll play max 10 P3, which is an over adjustment for +4. But it seems to always put me in the right spot. So about 2 rings of a P, a little bit under, max curl. I like to play this hop over shot. I do not play the funnel.
Perfect shot.
Only if I have to. It's a good drive. Yeah, I got left this time. That fairway is very wonky. If you hit too far right, it kicks you right. So the shot I like to play in this hole is down below the bunker. And it's a straight shot. It's a good 0.1 to 0.2 rings of forgiveness. I find it more reliable than this backspin shot. Now, he has to play this shot because he drove it pretty far. And I'll do the same thing he's doing. But if I can get it, I'll just do a backspin shot on the pin. So what I do in headwinds, so any tail or side wind, I'll play plus 10% per true club. If I'm in a crosswind like this, I'll play across head, I'll play 15%. And if I'm in a straight headwind, I'll play 20%. And I think the percentages are pretty much spot up. It's just a matter of understanding your true club.
Perfect shot.
Who knows with this? I think this funnel's a little finicky. You should be short of the hole. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Okay.
Eagle.
Nice shot. I see people miss this shot more than make, so that's why I don't like to play it. All right, let's see what we got here. Massive headwind. 15%. All right, I'm at min. Boom. Let's go. It's a good spot. So I like this spot right here. And just get the ball guy to the hole. See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that ball guy. It's a Butte Clark. So I'm going to go 6.5. Down the bunker a little bit. Should be okay. And great ball. That wasn't a great ball, by the way. I hit that right on the fucking money. Alright.
Eagle.
Still went in. It's the beauty of a min falcon. But I like that spot. Ooh. New club's always fun. Yeah, just start playing, man. I'm not a range guy. I'm not a like I'll go pound balls at the range. I don't think it's very productive. I rather get out and play. And part of the reason is the golf course I play at is very hilly. So, you know, I get maybe outside of the teeing off at the par threes, um, you never get a flat lie. So you have to learn how to hit off uneven lies, and you can't do that on the range. So, um, so
Perfect shot.
to me, it's just you got to get out there and hack it around. It's the only way to go. I hate this shootout with a passion, by the way.
Nice on.
Hey, Kimmy, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, well, weekends are golf for me. So I played Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, and then this morning. And tonight I'm playing poker with some friends. So um, it's just nice to get out of the house. And I mean, I love Golf Clash and all, but it's nice to not play Golf Clash a little bit and do some human interaction and physical things. And I was talking about this probably when I was muted, but like next season, no problem, I'm all in.
Perfect
But
shot.
the month of July, I have two golf events that I'm playing in with friends, and get past the hole. You asshole.
Nice on.
Nice shot. Um, so I'm going to take the season off. I'll probably play one tournament, and that's all I'll do. Because I'm just going to be out of commission for 2 straight weekends, and I just don't see the point of making any commitments. So I'll just probably park my accounts in like Unity 7. Yeah, but with the lockdown, yeah, I agree, Mateo. But I like grinding. I like playing. Um, Most times I do well on Tour 11, even though right now I'm not doing great. Mm, but yeah, I could use the break. And the tournaments are really what I need a break from. And I think I work very hard, and I know you've seen it, Mateo. Trying to put together shots and notes for the clans and help Andrew and just do what I can, and it's exhausting. Um, so even the last tournament, I kind of just took a step back because I needed to do it mentally, and I didn't ban it. I mean, I got 23rd and 29th, but I tell you, I didn't play all that well, or didn't play that bad, in my opinion. And I was pretty happy with the result considering how I've been playing. So, I give credit to the tournament guys that can do it tournament after tournament. I mean, that is a talent, what they do. Really is. Like you watch DMAC, like tournament after tournament. I mean, he is a machine. He's just so good at it. It's what he thrives in. Um, and there's others, many others. I think Drew's like that too. Still finding his legs on Master, but he's got the skill. I look at Fenzel. I mean, if that guy focused on Master only, he would be a force. You know, um, but that's a skill. It's just a skill I don't have, and that's okay. I like the challenge of it. Um, yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I have two. I have this one and Thumper, and I wish I had more accounts, but then again, I wish I didn't have more accounts because I would be spending way too much
Perfect
money on
shot.
balls and be spending more time than I do already on these accounts. So two is a good number for me. Where I wish I really had extra accounts was like in qualifying, just to get some more reps because honestly, by the time I'm feeling like I know what I'm doing, it's the second account, on the weekend round, um, where it's like almost automatic. I don't think I'm that good, Jim. I appreciate the compliment, but I try. I mean, if there was a participation award for effort, I think I'd be, you know, I'd get that award every time. But you know, and I'm good at breaking shots down. I'm not a good creator. Alright, so max 10 here. Always put baby curl on. A
Great
wise man
shot.
named Damien taught me that a long time ago. It helps great proof it to the right, and great left is usually not a problem. Have looked up to you. Oh, really? Oh, thanks, Jim. I wouldn't. Appreciate it. Well, Mateo, you had a ton of accounts, right? I think I am a slightly above average player when it comes to tournaments, Jim. Um, but getting there. I don't know if I ever will, quote unquote, get there, but I try hard. Oh, yeah. Don't quit. Yeah, I tell you, my favorite banner, and that was actually on Rain Man, um, which was a third account I had for 2 months
Perfect
because a
shot.
friend decided to take a break from the game. He was going to quit, and then he came back, but I got the honor of
Nice on.
babysitting his account. But that was a funny round. So that weekend, that was Community Cup, and I kind of viewed that account as like a warm up. All right, so let me get to that. Hold on. So I like to play this shot right here. See how that's a little sticky spot? So, and pretty much at power zero. So I'm going to put power zero on my app. I'm going to play 10% elevation. And I'm going to crank up the back topspin, right? Because I know it's going to compress like hell. And I'm going to put side spin into the wind. So that should be pretty good right there. So this is a 7-2 pull. Should get me close. I've actually made this quite a bit in headwind. So I need a baby OP. And great ball.
Great
Hope it
shot.
fucked. Oh, so close. Oh, perfect
Nice
would have been
on.
pretty. There's a little slope right to left on that shot. Um, Not a big one, but if you get in the slot, you got it's about a .1 forgiveness there. But the Community Cup, so I silver
Eagle.
bannered that on Rain Man, and I played. So I had all three accounts. I played them on Sunday, which I typically have been doing. I was like 3.1. I'm just looking at ball guide compression. So
Eagle.
it was only a 9 mile an hour wind. So I'm just kind of looking at what that ball guide's going to do. Maybe 3 or 4 green grids, even though it's going to hit the rough. Honestly, on that shot, even if you over top spin it and you roll to the back of the green or in the fringe, you still got you still have an easy chip. So it's not the end of the world. Oh, this is a brutal wind. I dislike this shootout considerably. I still don't know how to play it. All right, I don't know. See, this gets wonky up here. See how that ball guide changes up there? So I've been trying to play this further back and just play wind effect. So I'm going to offset the hell out of this. Mid 20, which I don't feel comfortable with, but so we're going to go 11 rings here. Let's go like 11 and a half. That should be good. And I'm going to put curl on this. Great ball's
Great
probably going to help
shot.
me. All right, good land. Yeah, not a good shot.
Nice on.
I hate this shootout. Oh, with this guy, I'll put it 1.5 yards. I've noticed in tour play, like it seems like I get the same. There's always one shootout you get a lot in a session. Like if I play for 2 or 3 hours at a time, which is normal, I'll get a couple shootouts like over and over again. And it looks like this is going to be this day. The only really the one I'm good at on this one is a headwind. I tend to win the headwind a lot. or straight tailwind. These crosswinds, I'm still baffled. I just need to hunker down
Perfect
and,
shot.
talk to Ian, talk to Damien, talk to Katie, just get better at them. So
Nice on.
I just don't do it because I'm just always doing something. And, damn, man. Played 4 in a row. That blows. Alright, we're going to reset this motherfucker. Alright, hey, thanks for stopping in, Mateo. Always good to see you. Yeah, I don't know, Daniel. I remember when I first started playing 11 with Sniper, and this is when I forget what the third course was. It's definitely Maple Bay and Parc de Paris, and then I forget what the third course was. This is back in like September of last year, but it set up quite well for a Sniper. And coming off Tour 10, and Sniper was the way to go. And I always had my cat bag. I think I had a cat 6 on this account. Um, Actually, I was using Thor 6 when I started until I got APOC 6. No, City Park came later. I'll have to think about it. I can't remember which one it was. No, City Park came later. City Park gave me fits. Not so much the holes. The holes were, I thought, little goofy, but the shootouts were driving me crazy. September of last year. What was it?
Great shot.
Actually, I have it in my notes. Give me a second. Tour 10. Paris, Maple Bay. Paperclip. Oh, it's Kohong. Oh, Kohong. Loves Kohong. Took me a while to get to know those shootouts, but I'm going to go to Kingmaker here because I need the side spin at least on the second shot. Yeah, it was Kohong. And that's when I really started watching Ian a lot. Ian Bollinger. I'm sure you all know him. Just trying to learn the shootouts and helped a lot. Helped considerably, but it was still a good sniper tour with Kohong. So I'd only use cat when I had to on like some of the par fives.
Great shot.
Yeah, no, Kohong's a fun course. When they did the Paradise Islands tournament, I was kind of hoping they'd put it back on, but they never did. And as much as I remember when they put Drumore on and they had Shruba Hills on at the same time, that was tough having 2 new courses within a few weeks of each other. But I got to like Drumore. I figured out the shootouts. So, and the holes were fun. I thought the holes were a lot of fun. I really liked the par 4s. The par 4s were a lot of fun on Drumore because there was multiple ways to play them, multiple ways to drop them.
Great shot.
The par 5s were not gimmies by any stretch. They were, some of them were just get it on the hole and get it to the hole, get the shootout. But like number 9, that was just get your eagle and get her done. And then that other one that was wonky. All right, so I'm just going to play this max 20. There's so much fairway here, it really won't matter what elevation you play. All right, so that's going to be about 6 rings. Line up my wind arrow to see what I'm looking at. All right, I'm just going to max backspin this. Yeah, I'll go 6. I'll put some OP on with max curl. Just get me on the green.
Perfect shot.
Oh, you just remember the courses, Jim. I mean, you play them all the damn time. And you remember the holes, because that's just how I remember elevations and Golf Clash Notebook, which they don't really maintain as much anymore. They give 1 through 9. I think Tommy does the same thing on his site now.
Eagle.
But I just remember them by hole numbers because it's easier to say, hey, it's Maple Bay hole 4. Instead of saying, oh, the par 4 with the funky looking bunker over the water. That's every hole. So Katie knows. Katie's still hanging. She knows. Because what they call them is like the par 3s are like 3, 3B, 3C. Par 4s are 4, 4. 4B, 4. And like that's how they show them in shootout. But that's not how I remember them. That's a crosswind, tailwind. So I'm gonna play max 25. I've been losing this one a lot lately. People are getting way too good at this one. So you have to get a little bit more aggressive. So what I'm going to do, which hole? Oh, I'm just talking in general, Katie, just calling holes by hole numbers. When I say to you Maple Bay hole 7, like we talked about the other day, you know what I'm talking about. Instead of saying, oh, the hole with water and bunkers, and I try to remember holes by hole numbers.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, right, exactly, Jim. Let's see, this is going to roll off. This should be about 2.5 yards.
Nice on.
2-9. All right, if I don't beat this, shame on me. All right, 11-1. I got good wind push here too. So, all right. So I always do red ring at +7. Max backspin. Even that's probably a bad idea in this wind. I'm gonna go just over the rough here. I'm gonna go side spin 2. I think that's a good decision. And I'm gonna go max +25, just 10.6. And I'm gonna push up a little bit because I'm lower ground. And I'm still gonna baby curl this because the 25 is an over adjustment for the wind play.
Perfect shot.
And hopefully it gets me into the slot right of the pin and just sits down near the hole. Yep. Boom.
Nice on.
Thanks. Backspin is by far the most critical component of this hole. Because you can be off left or right. As long as you get the backspin right, whether you're going up the hill or down the hill, you can still get it under 1.5 yards. Yeah, about time I win a fucking game. But when you get in a grind session and you're just focused on the game, it's a lot easier to win. Yeah, hey, right, hey, one for the good guys, huh? I like that shootout though. You can get laser if you're playing focused. You can get that really. I mean, that was 1.1. That was a decent shot, but if you're laser focused on that one, you can get it under a yard almost every time. And I much prefer it in a headwind. Goober Smooch, that name looks familiar to me. Hopefully we get a tailwind here. I hate laying up and having to play the B52. It's just such a boring shot. Tailwind, give me a tailwind. All right, good, close enough. Let's go. And I was going to eye up 10 rings off my end of my target. XOP, I don't need over full. I'm going to go APOC 5 curl. 6.
Perfect shot.
And I find counting on overpower works. Sit. All right, good. All right. And then from this left side, I always play 5% elevation. I should be near min Falcon. I hope I get a headwind or a cross, because a tailwind is going to get tricky on that shot. And I've dropped the end bringer, at like 120% club before, but it's tricky. The land is very tricky on the end bringer on that shot because you're changing elevation. So it's easy to be a ring off, and a ring off on a max end bringer is, you're going to miss every time. Heck, even a half ring. That was nice. He'll definitely be in short iron range. All right, what do we got here? Definitely end bringer. Damn. All right. Get your game faces on, people. All right, so that's definitely 110% club. So I'm going to add 10 plus the 5 for the elevation change plus 20. So I'm going to play this max power 3 plus 35%. Fairway's actually nice here. So I'm going to move this 10.9 rings. So good enough. I'm wasting time. And great left.
Shot.
That's dead. Might get some love here on the funnel. No. I under-adjusted. Wow. So I needed 2 more rings there.
Nice on.
I needed 55% elevation with a perfect. So why is that? Because I pulled the higher ground off the fairway. So I hate that shot. So I would much rather be. Where's he at? Is he at max? Yeah, he's at max. See, I'd rather. See, if I'm him, I'm putting my short iron at min and just backspin it. Backspin, probably offset left edge. Make sure you're through the hole on this hole because it's uphill and it always goes short. Hey, Chris. Thanks for coming, bro. Saw you max Tour 12. Congratulations on that. I have not yet to take on that quest. Maybe I'll do it in my off season.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, it's a tough shot with the end bringer.
Nice.
You're much better off right in a right to left wind because it's flatter.
Birdie.
Oh, I thought it was Kristaps. Sorry, Katie. Well, Chris, whenever you max Tour 12, congratulations. I haven't seen Tavis in a while. We talk during tournament week sometimes. Just encouragement, basically.
Birdie.
He's a good player, Tavis. He goes back a long time. He was there when I joined Clannibals, which was back 10 months ago, 9 months ago. Ooh, headwind. Yay. Alright. So, I have a particular way of playing this hole that has proven very successful. So, I always play min plus 35, and you'll see how I set this up. So, with the Cataclysm, I'll always go to min driver, and it's kind of down the hill, but you always land further back. And I have back, so kind of like what this guy's doing. And I have backspin notes. So for this wind, I'm going to play 6 backspin and, I don't know, probably between 3.5 and 4 left spin. And I'm going to offset just left of the hole. And it should get me pretty close. Why is he underpowering?
Perfect shot.
Unless he has a little itty bitty bit of backspin. Yeah, I don't get that. Alright, I didn't see, obviously we didn't see his spins, but don't underpower this shot. Because you're pulling a lower ground, you want to go further, not shorter. 11-2. Alright, so I'm going to go, this is a dead headwind. The winding will change. So I'm going to set up here, right there. Alright, we'll get there in a second. So I'm going to go 4 left spin. I'm going to go just under 6 backspin. My rules on the headwind are, see right there, that's what I want right there. And I'm going to move it over a little bit. That's a good spot right there. And then min 35, which is 9.2. Don't get crazy here. I kind of pull as a wonky pull.
Great
That's all right, I'll still
shot.
beat him. It'll still be decently close. Was in with perfect.
Nice on.
So, and I've posted my spin sets for the backspin in Clannibals Tour 11 chat, as well as Unity Tour 11 chat. But that's the setup spot. And frankly, if I'm over 2 yards, I screwed it up. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shootout wins. Give me headwind on that all day. I will win it 95% of the time. There were some good notes when I started 11. I'm a notes kind of person. Katie's my spirit animal when it comes to notes for tour play. But there was a good set of notes that uh, they weren't very clear in terms of where to set up, but it gave you the right spin sets, and that's what this one was for the headwind shot. And no, I don't. I do not use curl jam. I think curl is not a good idea on headwind on this hole. I rather offset and use the spins and just gauge compression. I think that works out better on that shot.